Isang malusog at mapagpalang hapon po sa lahat ng mga nakasubaybay ngayon sa ating Kapihan with Media via DOH Facebook at YouTube pages saan mang bahagi ng ating bansa. Ako po si Kel Molina, inyong mapagkalingang lingkod mula sa Kagawaran ng Kalusugan na nag-aanyayang halikan at alamin ang mga dapat malaman sa usaping pangkalusugan. So bago tayo opisyal na magsimula, let me read our house rules. To ensure the smooth flow of this session, everyone is encouraged to, number 1, use the naming convention below for Zoom usernames to ensure proper acknowledgement. Number 2, pay attention to the discussion of our resource speakers. Number 3, keep your microphones muted while speakers are discussing. Number 4, should you have questions, participants shall signify and send them in the Zoom chat box and wait for the host to acknowledge them. There shall be an open forum after the discussion, and submitted questions will be addressed first by our expert, followed by Zoom chat box question. And every participant is advised to reserve questions. Also, only questions related to the topics discussed will be entertained. Lastly, please join the Kapihan until the last part of the session. So para sa ating Kapihan session ngayong araw, ating tatalakayin ang mga mahalagang usapin sa Food Safety Awareness Week. This afternoon, we have with us Ms. Sheila F.M. Corpus Montinola from the Philippine Association of Food Technologists Incorporated to discuss the importance of food technology in food safety. Ms. Montinola, you may take the virtual floor na po.
Hi, good afternoon. Can everyone hear
ma'am.
me?
Yes po, ma'am, you're audible po.
Okay, may I share my screen, please? Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible na po.
Okay, just one moment. Okay, so magandang hapon sa ating lahat. Good afternoon, everyone, to our media partners, to the Department of Health, our public viewers, and of course, my fellow food technologists. Salamat po sa imbitasyon sa atin pong celebration of Department of Health Food Safety Awareness Week. I will be discussing the topic on the role of food technologists in food safety. And my name again is Sheila F.M. Corpus Montinola, Board of Director from the Philippine Association of Food Technologists. The objectives of my presentation, so that at the end of the presentation, the participants should be able to get to know the Philippine Association of Food Technologists and its vision, mission, and affiliation. So kami po ay magpapakilala po sa inyo bilang isang organisasyon po na nagtatrabaho sa ating pong food industry dito po sa ating bansa. Identify the role and importance of food technologies in food safety based on Food Technology Act or the Republic Act 11052. And of course, determine the scope of practice of the food technology in the food sector as a newly regulated profession. So I've divided my outline of presentation to two parts. The first is about PAFT, and the second is the professional food technologists and its scope of service in the food service sector. So again, we are from the Philippine Association of Food Technologists, Inc. So about PAF, it was founded in 1960 to 1970, and it is a voluntary nonprofit association of individuals and companies committed to promoting food science and technology as a profession. So initially, the PAF was organized as a professional group, which hoped to encourage awareness on the need of scientific approaches to food manufacturers. There were 12 food technology graduates from the University of the Philippines, headed by the founding president, Dr. Flora M. Minoza, now Dr. Gatchalian, who worked together toward the formation of PAF. So it was ratified in 1961 of December, and slowly it pursued its activities, of course, with the strong leadership of our many food technologist leaders. Okay. And our vision to be a leading professional organization of highly qualified experts in food science and technology in the Philippines contributing to national development. Particularly, we'd like to stimulate the investigation into scientific and technological problems, disseminate information about food technology, and to work for the elevation of educational standards in food technology. Our mission is to be an effective partner of the academe, the industry, and of course the government in providing relevant advocacy training and consultancy in the field of food science and technology for national development and welfare of the general public. So later on, you will see what we do and how we do it, for the purpose of national development and welfare of the general public. We are currently affiliated with the International Union of Food Science and Technology, or the IUFOS, which is an international governing body and global scientific organization and voice for the food science and technology supporting programs. That increases the safety and security of the world's food supply. So together with them, it represents directly and indirectly more than 300,000 food scientists in over 100 countries. And for the Federation of Institutes of Food Science and Technology in the ASEAN, or what we call FIFSTA, it aims to support development of the food industry in the ASEAN region. So the FAFT Inc. was also recognized by the National Codex Organization, or NCO, for its active participation to the Philippines subcommittees in the development of food safety standards, guidelines, and other codex-related texts for adoption of Codex Alimentarius Commission. So when we say, I think we heard it before, when we say Codex Alimentarius Commission or Codex, no, it is a collection of internationally adopted food standards, guidelines, and codes of practice adopted by the Codex Alimentarius Commission as a central part of the Joint Food and Agricultural Organization and WHO for the establishment and protection of consumer health and promotion of fair practices in food trade. So these are the activities, but it's not limited, no, for the PAF. No? Activities of PAF includes publication in journals. So research, holds annual conventions. We have technical seminars with different topics, network with different sectors in the industry. We sponsor, attend, or give talk in scientific meetings, seminars, conferences, and workshops. We also award outstanding research papers, young scientists, and also food quiz bowl where students are sent to different countries to compete. And we also coordinate with the Professional Regulation Commission, or the PRC, for the PFP board exams, board passers, and oath takers. So in fact, as we discussed today, our past president and our winners from the local recent food quiz bowl in the Philippines are now at Borneo Convention Center, Kuching, Sarawak. So they represent from the UP Los Baños, UP Visayas, and De La Salle University, and they are there competing. So let us all wish them luck. And of course, we also recognize the food safety regulatory agencies, which consist of the Department of Health, the ILG, Department of Agriculture, and also the local government units in our causes or in our endeavors. So we hope that in the future we can continuously partner with them with their projects, specifically involving food safety advocacies, food technology advocacy. So we are right now 8 board of directors, and soon we'll be having our nomination for additional directors. Membership as of September 27 is 480, and we also have our professional food technologists, 305 without resolution, and 453 board passers. So this coming November, I think we will have another schedule for the oath taking of the food professional food technologists. So basically, that's part one about path. So I'll be discussing part two, the role of food technologists in the society. But first, I'd like to define what food safety is. So every time there's a seminar, we always start with this, no? So food safety, what is it? It is the assurance or the guarantee that the food will not cause harm to the consumers when it is prepared or eaten according to its intended use. That is why the World Health Organization and the Department of Health, they keep on reminding everyone yung mga simple lang, no? 5 keys to safer food or 4 keys. Keep clean, so clean hands, separate raw and cooked food to avoid cross-contamination, cook food thoroughly, making sure that it is the right temperatures, keeping food at the safe temperatures, of course, not more than 2 to 4 hours, and away from the temperature danger zone, and of course, the use of safe water and raw materials or potable water, dapat sigurado yan ang gamit natin tuwing tayo ay magpe-prepare ng pagkain para sa ating consumers or even to our families. So we define food also. So food is any substance, whether processed, semi-processed, or raw, which is intended for human consumption. So this includes the chewing gum and any substance that has been used in the manufacture, preparation, or treatment of food. But it doesn't include those that are in cosmetics or tobacco substances which are only used as drugs. Okay, so these are the stakeholders in the food chain, and they are the very reason why food technologists exist. So they are from the agriculture and fisheries or the fresh produce, food industry, manufacturing, distribution, and retail, food service sector, from the restaurants, caterers, street vendors, and our consumers. So food technology is actually a discipline based on the application of science and related fields of study in the conversion of these raw materials, no, that you are seeing, so that we can make a safe, stable, palatable, nutritious foods. So, nakikita nyo kung anong nilunch nyo kanina, kung anong breakfast nyo, anong iniinom nyo. Most of them, may role ang food technologists. So here, food technology actually last 2018 became a newly regulated profession and the newest addition to the number of professions currently regulated by the Professional Regulation Commission using Republic Act 11052, also known as Food Technology Act. So it was signed by President Rodrigo Duterte, and under the law, the newly created Board of Food Technology was also tasked to promulgate, administer, and enforce rules to supervise and regulate this registration, licensure, and practice of food technology in our country. So basically, this one in the series of 2022, Resolution 7 from the Board of Food Technology, Professional Regulatory Board of Food Technology, we have what we call the Food Technology Act, no, wherein the purpose of this is for Board of Food Technology and appropriate funds therefore. So what is really the 11052? So ang dami nga, kaya pinili ko lang yung mga important, no? So the state recognizes, of course, the importance of the professional food technologists in nation building and development. So a while ago, we have been mentioning, no, national development, public welfare. So yun po talaga ang aming role po para sa ating industriya. And of course, the standards of practice and service should be, no, excellent, world-class, and globally competitive. So the multidisciplinary roles of food technologists may be involved in public interest, public safety, legal, or regulatory matters. So they can take the functions of the following: microbiologists, so laboratory scientists, production managers, research and development analysts, agriculturists, and also in the procurement, warehouse, and logistics. Aside from that, we can also take on the role of aquaculturist, academe and researcher, food safety auditors, consultants, sensory scientists, technical sales, quality engineers, and also the entrepreneurs. So marami na po tayo no ng mga food technologies na nag-imbento ng mga pagkain or nag-create ng kanilang mga own businesses, restaurants, gamit ang kanilang profession. Okay, so there are 12 coverage of practice of food technology, and I will just highlight a few which is related to food safety. So the first six are food safety and quality, and the second half are more of the academic food safety law, QMS, or quality management system, research and environmental sustainability. So number one is the scope of food technology. Nako, sorry ha, hindi nyo nakikita to. Baba ko siya. Okay, so number one is the scope of practice of food technology in the food safety sector. So first is, of course, the food supply chain. So when we talk about food supply chain, the work of professional food technologies should involve the application of scientific methods in the chain of processes. So you would wonder, no, from the planta, no, planta ng mga manufacturing, from the farm to the fork. Ibig sabihin, from farm to fork, kung saan siya nanggaling, down to the consumers. So lahat po yan, yung food supply chain, tinitingnan, monitor yung mga processes, making sure na safe po talaga siya as it transportation niya, yung kanilang distribution ay maayos bago dumating ito sa ating mga consumers. Next one is the practice of food technology in food safety. So of course, it also includes the identification of microbial hazards, chemical, physical allergens, and also the use of the risk management framework. So if you would wonder, sometimes when there are reports, no, mga fiesta, ayan, merong mga foodborne outbreaks, foodborne illness, some of our food technologists are actually involved in the investigation, no, like kung ano yung trabaho mo na doon nagkaroon ng outbreak dun sa trabaho mo. So ang mga food technologies, so they know how to be able to investigate on this, and they also know how to liaise with the Department of Health since they are the one who conducts the epidemiological analysis of certain outbreaks. What is important is the direct communication and liaison so that DOH is informed of any incident that occurred or happened in their particular workplace. Okay? So another one is the technical transition or sale. So in the technical transition, technical support to trade of food ingredients, equipment, implements used in the processing. So as you can see here in the picture, meron ng mga RFID, meron ng IoT or the Internet of Things. In the import or export, so ginagamit na po yan in some industries so that we make sure that the technical transition and sale is safe and smooth and efficient. There are also some that uses blockchain of technology and three-dimensional printing. So, ito po siya, itong picture na nasa baba. So, ito 3D po ito, wherein they make use of machines and also computer in order to create a material or a food. No? So, in the future, we will see more of those things. Okay? So also, of course, in the research arena, so we also have here the board of director, Dr. Katsi Israel, Dr. Elizabeth Arenas, who were recognized as CUP scientists and also as early career scientists by IUFOS. We also have Ma'am Delia Amaya, who authored 276, imagine that, scientific publications in over 14,600 citations in the international scientific literature. So she was awarded by IUFOS with Lifetime Achievement Award. Not only that, in the research, of course, we also recognize, these are just some, no, yung isa-cite ko, pero I think marami pang mga food technologies, yung mga nag-imbento talaga ng pagkain na hindi lang siguro nakilala masyado, pero this one, we recognize yung work po ng UP Diliman Food Technology. They develop a ginger calamansi health drink for our food frontliners. So during pandemic po ito, And they created 40 bottles or around 466 glasses po ng local ginger calamansi to help boost the immune system of our frontliners. And another one on the right picture is our very own Miss Maria Orosa Ilagan, a Filipina food technologist who invented also the UFC Tamis Anghang ketchup. Okay? So the scope of practice is also teaching and training, specifically now that there is already a board of food technology wherein the food technologies are required to take licensure exams. So the teachers need to, of course, train the food technologies no, in the this particular degree no, so that they are empowered and they are educated on how to go about with this degree or courses in their different universities. And of course, the food safety law. So the professional food technologies will also support and assist the legislation, which include production, trade, handling of food, and regulation of food control, safety, labeling, and other relevant aspects of the food trade. So here you can see, so we use no in our guidelines, we always refer to Food Safety Act and always on the Code on Sanitation or the PD 856 po. Nang sa gayon, ang amin pong ginagawa, lahat po ay nakatugon or nakalingon po kami sa mga ginawa na mga patakaran o mga guidelines na po ng ating DA or DOH. Okay? So of course, food manufacturers need to secure licenses, no, like yung mga certificate of product registration, mga LTO before they can actually operate, no, and they usually work with qualified personnel in the industry regulatory affairs. Some of the QPIRA personnel are also food technologists, whom I know. And of course, we also have food quality systems. So the use of physical, chemical, and microbiological methods. So this one is from European laboratory. So very high tech, no? I think there are other laboratories out there in the Philippines that makes use of technologies to be able to conduct the physical, chemical, and microbiological method and also certify the results of analysis. So this one is an example of certification of analysis, wherein this is being obtained by companies in order to make sure that their suppliers are safe. They conducted physical, chemical, microbiological analysis before they actually receive them in their food commissaries or any restaurants, no? And then the quality assurance personnel, the usually follows yung mga QMS or the FSMS or the food safety management systems. So may mga ginagawa po ng mga good hygiene practices, good manufacturing practices, HACCP, tsaka yung mga ISO or the International Organization for Standardization. No, for that, so that they could help mitigate potential food safety hazards and develop better food safety management systems. Okay, and then we also have the sustainability of resources. So of course, we are directed towards the utilization of our resources, no, for human consumption, making it sure that it is accessible, it is sufficient, affordable, and nutritious. In fact, our president, PAF President Blue McKay, who owns Blue McKay, was awarded by DTI Laguna in a prestigious international food exhibition, Katha Award, for their calamansi lemon 3-in-1 super blend marmalade tea. So others, so in the sustainability, of course, we also make use of farming technologies, no, hydroponics, cultivation, where there is an urgent need to also, of course, use these devices and use these technologies for the sustainability of our environment. And then consultation. So it relates to any of the above mentioned, no, for mentioned roles of the food technologies. And for PAF, it would be an active participation on the different subcommittees of Codex. So as you can see here, on the right corner, there are several, no, ang dami po na subcommittees na involved po ang ating pong board of directors and also ang ating pong past members. We send invitation to them so that they can participate, they can listen, they can comment on the different standards before it is actually launched or implemented. Okay. So lastly, this is the procurement. So these are the procurement of the chemicals, reagents, equipment, apparatus, or other materials for the conduct of food analysis and research. So the increased use of digital tools and automation to streamline processes and improve efficiency, such as AI-powered predictive analysis. No? So itong mga to po ay ginagamit po ng ating mga procurement and ng mga technical sales po. No? But I would like to highlight, ito pong ating mga minention po na to, it's note that the scope of practice of food technology are only examples, so cited, no? And not the actual work descriptions or the totality of representation. Maaaring may mga hindi rin po ako nasabi ng mga rules, but it would be better, no, if there are also a deeper understanding of the matters discussed or each role of the food technology and given an avenue, no, so that we could explore more, we could tell you more about our different roles in the society. Okay. So with that, I'd like to, PAF Inc. would like to end our presentation with this quote: food safety is a shared responsibility and business. So while this is actually being shared in any or in every food safety seminars, no, we'd like to emphasize this time around, food safety actually starts at home and with you. So sa atin po, no, by attending yung mga food safety seminars like this, no, yung ating mga ibang mga nagko-conduct po ng food safety, we actually educate ourselves and uphold the right to health of people and instill the food safety consciousness amongst the Filipinos. So let us also support the programs of the different food safety regulatory agencies such as the Department of Health. So we are here for the Department of Health for the Primary Care 101 in the prevention and control of food and waterborne diseases. So just let us know if you need us. We are here for you po. So as we adopt to digitized technology and global food trade, PAF Inc. invites everyone, committed individuals and organizations to our capacity building endeavors, such as training, information, dissemination, and participation in local and international activities to provide nutritious, quality, and safe food for our consumers. So with that, no, let us all work together and we can do this one step at a time. So with that, thank you very much. So these are my references. And I'd also like to invite everyone. We will have our PAF annual convention on November 2023. So please join us and learn more about food technology. And these are our contact details if you have questions or if you have more inquiries about our organization. So thank you very much.
Maraming salamat po, Ms. Montenola, sa pagbabahagi ng inyong kaalaman sa ating mga tagapakinig. Muli po natin makasama si Ms. Montenola sa ating Q&A portion mamaya.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And to complement the first discussion, we are also honored to have with us Mr. Lee Andrew M. Kalimutan, Executive Assistant 3, Office of the Assistant Secretary for Regulation of the Department of Agriculture, to discuss the processes and the importance of food regulation in observance of Food Safety Awareness Week. Sir Andrew, good afternoon po.
Hello, magandang hapon po.
Good afternoon,
Naririnig
sir.
po ba ako? Okay. So, magandang hapon po. I-share ko lang po ang aking presentation. Okay. So, magandang hapon muli sa inyong lahat, sa mga nanonood ng live stream dito sa DOH Kapihan session. At maraming salamat sa DOH sa pag-imbita sa akin bilang isang resource person dito. At ako nga pala si Leandro Kalimutan, ang Executive Assistant na mula sa Office of the Assistant Secretary for Regulations na pinamumunuan ni Assistant Secretary Paz J. Benavides II ng Department of Agriculture. So, ang tatalakayin ko po natin ngayong araw na ito ay ang importance of food regulations. So, ano nga ba ang food regulations? So, base dito, a food regulation refers to the laws and administrative rules that regulate all aspects of the food supply chain, including supply, production, and distribution of food products to protect and maintain food safety. So food regulation involves the establishment of minimum standards and food safety requirements for food quality and safety. And then they also include proper and conventional practices for food safety to achieve standards and food safety outcomes. So, paano nalalaman kung anong minimum standards na dapat nating sundin? So, bilang kabilang tayo sa mga international setting organization, gaya ng Codex Alimentarius Commission, na sila ang nag-set ng international guidelines and international standards, particularly sa food safety. And then, maaari rin tayong bumuo ng ating sarili nating standard kung sakali mang wala pang nailalabas tungkol dito. Ngunit dapat ito ay mahigpit na science-based. So dapat sa pagko-conduct ng research para makabuo ng isang standard, kailangan meron tayong matibay na sandalan mula sa siyensya. Okay. Why are food regulations important? So food safety regulations are essential parts of the food industry as they protect consumers from any potential food safety issues. Food regulations affect suppliers, food processors, logistics, and consumers all at the same time. They also provide food safety guidelines to prevent the occurrence of any food safety issue that may put any life in danger. And at the same time, food safety regulations are present to help food businesses produce safe food while allowing them to continue trade nationally and globally. Okay. So, nandito susunod na slide ang ating Food Safety Act of 2013. So, ang Republic Act number 10611 o ang Food Safety Act of 2013 ay isa sa mga matibay nating sandigan pagdating sa pagbuo natin ng ating food regulations. So, ayon sa Section 3 ng nasabing batas, ang objectives nito ay to strengthen the food safety regulatory system in the country, and the state shall adopt the following specific objectives. So first, to protect the public from foodborne and waterborne illnesses and unsanitary, unwholesome, misbranded, or adulterated foods. Pangalawa, to enhance industry and consumer confidence in the food regulatory system. At pangatlo, to achieve economic growth and development by promoting fair trade practices and sound regulatory foundation for domestic and international trade. So, towards the attainment of these objectives, the following measures shall be implemented. So, first is to delineate and link the mandates and responsibilities of the government agencies involved. Second, to provide a mechanism for coordination and accountability in the implementation of regulatory functions. Third is to strengthen the scientific basis of the regulatory system. And last, to upgrade the capability of farmers, fisherfolk, industries, consumers, and government personnel in ensuring food safety. So idadagdag ko dito bukod sa objective ng Food Safety Act, nandito ang Section 15, ang principal responsibilities of the government agencies. So una dito, ang aming kagawaran, the Department of Agriculture shall be responsible for food safety in the primary production and post-harvest stages of food supply chain and foods locally produced or imported in this category. So the Department of Health shall be responsible for the safety of processed and prepackaged foods, foods locally produced or imported under this category, and the conduct of monitoring and epidemiological studies on foodborne illnesses. At ang pangatlong government agencies, the LGUs or the local government units, shall be responsible for food safety in food businesses such as but not limited to activities in slaughterhouses, dressing plants, fish ports, wet markets, supermarkets, school canteens, restaurants, catering establishments, and water refilling stations. So they shall also be responsible for street food sale, including ambulant vending. So, ayan, kaugnay sa kahalagahan ng food regulations sa bansa ay ang pagtalima natin sa Food Safety Awareness Week. So ito po yung ating ginugunita ngayong linggo. Ito ay mula sa Proklamation bilang 160 series of 1999 na pinirmahan ni dating Presidente Joseph Estrada, na ang objective ay to educate the public on food safety and to achieve the goal of eradicating food poisoning and other foodborne illnesses. So ngayong taon, meron tayong ang Department of Agriculture ay bumuo ng tema para sa taong ito na pagkain ligtas, masustansya at sapat, susi sa magandang kalusugan ng lahat. Ayan. And then the Department of Agriculture, as one of the principal government agency responsible in the implementation of the Food Safety Act, has prepared a set of information campaigns, seminars, and trainings for this Food Safety Awareness Week. So narito po sa mga susunod na slide ang aming mga aktibidades ngayong linggo. So andyan po, from the different food safety regulatory agencies na under ng Department of Agriculture. So mula sa pag-attend ng mga seminars and webinars po na ito, malalaman natin ang iba't ibang food regulations na kasalukuyang pinapatupad ng kagawaran ng pagsasaka. So yan, nariyan ang role ng good animal husbandry practices in food safety, ang PhilGAP certification process, yan isa sa mga mahalagang mahalagang regulation, licensing regulations for food business operators of plant. And then the role of laboratories in food safety compliance of plant food. Ayan, ang ilan sa mga halimbawa. So, ayan po, mula October 26 hanggang sa katapusan, nariyan po ang katuluyan ng mga aktibidades ng kagawaran ng pagsasaka. Okay, so bilang last slide, naniniwala kami na hindi lamang natatapos ang mandato ng kagawaran ng pagsasaka na masiguro ang sapat na pagkain ng bansa. So, dapat ay masiguro rin ito na ang bawat sangkap na gagamitin sa pagluluto ay ligtas kainin ng bawat mamamayang Pilipino. So narito ang DA upang matiyak na ang supply ng pagkain ay sapat at ligtas para sa lahat. At dahil po dito, muli po maraming salamat sa inyo po lahat. Narito po ang aming detalye upang kami po ay kung meron po kayong mga katanungan. At po, maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po Sir Andrew sa pagtatalakay ng mga proseso at regulatory procedures upang masiguro ang food safety para sa ating mga kababayan. Narito na po tayo sa huling bahagi ng ating talakayan ngayong hapon, ang question and answer portion. Sa pagkakataong ito, muli po natin makasama si Ms. Montenola at Sir Andrew upang bigyang kasagutan ang ating mga katanungan ngayong tanghali. The first question is for Sir Andrew. Sir, what are the processes involved in regulating food safety at a national level during Food Safety Awareness Week?
Okay po. Salamat po sa katanungan. Actually po, ang Food Safety Awareness Week po kasi, ang katulad po ng nabanggit ko kanina sa aking presentasyon na ang layunin nito ay para mabigyan ng tamang kamalayan ang publiko pagdating sa food safety. Pagdating sa pagbubuo ng food safety food regulations, lagi namang nakaantabay ang kagawaran ng pagsasaka pagdating sa pagbubuo ng ilang mga polisiya at mga regulasyon pagdating po sa food safety. Tinitiyak po namin na buong taon, hindi lang po tuwing Food Safety Awareness Week ang aming pagbubuo ng regulasyon. Depende po sa kung ano yung kinakailangan ng mga tao at kung ano pong kinakailangan ng mundo. Ayun po. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po, sir. This question naman po is for Ms. Montenola. Ma'am, how does food technology play a crucial role in ensuring food safety and quality?
Okay, thank you for that question. For food technology, we all know that food technology is here to stay. It's actually indispensable part no, in the food industry. So that is why yung ating pong mga food scientists, we do rigorous research, innovative technologies. We also do consultations with our stakeholders in order to make sure that we always identify hazards and mitigate the risk and ensure the overall safety of our supply. So food safety or food technology, no, it's a pivotal role in addressing complex challenges, no, and of course making sure that we have quality and sustainable foods as well. But not only that, no. So syempre alam na natin tulad ng mga nabanggit ko po kanina na marami pong role ang food technology, no. But aside from that, it is not enough na andon meron na tayong mga technologies na ina-adapt. Kailangan po continuous siya. Kailangan may monitoring siya. Kailangan may system siya. Kailangan may process siya in order to make sure na consistently applied po all throughout the food supply chain until it reaches the plate of the customers. So yun po ang aming major and crucial role to make sure from farm to fork, you are eating safe, quality, nutritious, and palatable food.
Thank you so much po, ma'am. This question again is for Sir Andrew. Sir, can you provide examples of regulatory agencies responsible for overseeing food safety in our country?
Okay po, maraming salamat ulit sa tanong. So base po sa ating Food Safety Act of 2013, ang Department of Agriculture ay mayroong 8 food safety regulatory agencies na ang kanilang mandato ay siguraduhin na ang food safety sa kanilang naka-assign na commodity ay naipapatupad. So andito po, sasabihin ko po, nariyan po ang Bureau of Animal Industry para po sa mga pagkain na mula sa mga hayop, kabilang na ang itlog at ang honey. So narito rin po ang National Dairy Authority para po sa milk production and post-harvest handling po nito. And then National Meat Inspection Service para po sa karne, at Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources para po sa fresh fish and other seafoods, including those grown by aquaculture. And then the Bureau of Plant Industry or BPI for plant foods, the Fertilizer and Pesticide Authority for pesticides and fertilizers used in production of plant and animal food, the Philippine Coconut Authority for fresh coconut, and then the Sugar Regulatory Administration for sugarcane production and marketing. So ayan po yung mga food safety regulatory agencies under the DA na nagpapatupad po ng food safety regulations. Salamat.
Thank you so much po, sir. This question naman po is for Ms. Montenola. Ma'am, what are some specific food technology advancements that have improved food safety in recent years?
Okay. So we all know that digitization is here, no? So, industrial revolution na tayo, digitization. So, it has already emerged. And as you can see, when we also eat at some restaurants, there are robotics already, seamless order transactions. You will just have to type in your orders and it will automatically prompt the cashiers to production crew to get your orders. So the rise of robotics is a tangible example of food technology, which increases the productivity and helps keep our food fresh. So another one, as mentioned kanina, is the 3D printing technology. No? So there have been several applications of 3D printing. And also the last one, which I would like to highlight, which we already have here in the Philippines, is yung tinatawag yung mga precision agriculture, wherein they make use of drones, yung mga aerial drones. Before kasi, di ba, pag nagkaroon ng mga typhoon, ganyan, ang isang tao, ang mako-cover lang niya for the assessment is, based on my research, is around 7 hectares of farmland in a day. But right now, with drone, yung aerial drone, it will just make a rapid aerial survey to identify the affected areas. And it can survey up to 200 hectares in any condition. And so they would know already the plots and the crops which were affected and how much was damaged. So in food technology, it is already being used. And I think in the future, it will have a lot of impacts in the agricultural endeavors natin or plans. So some other food technology are plant-based alternatives. So the PAF Inc. is also had also held one of our seminars with plant-based proteins or alternative proteins, food traceability. So as mentioned a while ago, yung mga blockchain entry. Thank you.
Thank you so much po, ma'am. This question again is for Sir Andrew. Sir, how do food regulation help in protecting consumers from foodborne illness and ensuring food safety?
Okay, maraming salamat po. So, how do food regulations? So, gamit po ang mga food regulations na pinapatupad nating mga nasa pamahalaan. So, sa pamagitan nito, nakapagbigay tayo ng tamang pamantayan o guidelines upang masiguro na ang bawat food chain, bawat stages ng food chain ay nasisiguradong sumusunod. So, nariyan ng kapag ka so yung para masisigurado na yung may masisiguro nito na malinis at maayos po ang bawat proseso na dinadaanan ng pagkain bago po ito pumunta sa ating hapagkainan. So, kung meron man pong halimbawa may mga food safety issues gaya ng mga outbreaks, nariyan po ang regulations para po ang mga food regulations para po mapigilan ang lalo pang pagkalat ng mga ganitong klaseng sakit. So tayo pong bilang bahagi ng mamamayang Pilipino, dapat po mahigpit po nating sundin yung mga ganitong regulasyon dahil para rin naman po ito sa ating kapakanan. So po, maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po, sir. This is for Ms. Montenola po. Ma'am, what role do food additives and preservatives play in food technology and food safety?
Okay, so when we talk about the additives, it includes yung mga preservatives for extending shelf life, flavoring, coloring, improvement of the taste, appearance, nutritional supplements, vitamins and minerals. So additives, ito yung mga examples nito, yung mga ating salts, spices, sulfites. They have all been used for centuries in the ancient times to preserve our food and make them more palatable. So preservatives are also being used to protect food from microorganisms that might contaminate it or make rot, or yung masira, mapanis, or mabulok. It's also being used to keep the product from looking and tasting fresh. But of course, there are some limitations on the use of the preservative while they are being used in the food industry. Limitations of it because some may become from chemical origin and some may be, if you don't follow the GRAS or the generally recognized as safe level, it can be toxic. There's a certain amount of toxicity attached to it. So that is those are the crucial roles, and there's all the roles of the additives and preservatives. But there are also some wherein we make use yung mga dehydration technique, yung mga dehydration na yan, like sa mga tropical produce, drying or smoking, yung mga tinapa, sinasun-dry, the use of pickling or brining, salting, salt fermentation. So those are just some of the other means or methods of preservation.
Thank you so much po, ma'am. For Sir Andrew po. Sir, what role does food labeling and information disclosure play in food safety regulation and consumer awareness?
Ayun. Nararapat lamang na dapat merong angkop o tamang food labeling at information disclosure dahil ito ay malaking tulong sa ating consumer para malaman kung anong kanilang kakainin, kung sapat ba or kung makakatulong ba sa kanilang kalusugan itong mga laman ng pagkain na nandito. At saka para masabihan din ang publiko na ang mga ingredients na ginagamit dito ay safe at safe na kainin para sa kanila. So yun po.
Thank you so much po, sir. We're down to our last question for this afternoon, and this is for Miss Montenola. Ma'am, how do advancements in food packaging technology contribute to food safety?
Okay, so traditionally yung ating mga food packaging meron siyang basic function. So basic function niya is to protect and preserve containment ng product inside the packaging, communication and marketing, and also convenience. So this is also being used to, of course, protect the product from any spoilage and damage brought about by environmental factors. But nowadays, yung ating mga advancement ng food packaging, so marami na, no? Meron siyang mga plastic packaging, bottling, bottles, jars, cases, flexible containers, no? And also some makes use of the nanotechnology and biotechnology such as which acts as driving force, no, to develop new and better packages, or what they call meron pang smart packaging, no, so that it can extend the shelf life and the keeping and supervising of the quality of the food. So smart packaging, meron tayong mga active package and intelligent package. Meron ding mga microbial, antimicrobial packaging na tinatawag, which are all promising approaches to inhibit, reduce, or delay the microorganism growth. So yun, maraming technologies na ginagamit ngayon, and most of them geared towards, of course, sa pag-protect din ng ating environment. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po, Miss Montenola and Sir Andrew. Napakamakabuluhan ng ating naging talakayan ngayong tanghali. And for sure, maraming natutunan ang ating mga kababayan ukol sa food safety. And before we officially end our Kapihan session today, may we hear takeaway messages from our resource speaker. Unahin na po natin si Miss Montenola na susundan po ni Sir Andrew. Miss Montenola.
Thank you, Sir Kiel. No? Actually, first off, I'd like to thank the PAF Inc. would like to thank the Department of Health and also our media partners for inviting the PAF Inc. or the Philippine Association of Food Technologists for this opportunity to talk about who we are and what we do. And we are here for you in case you need us, in case you would like to partner with us. We are here for you in your endeavors, whether you are a businessman, whether you are a food handler or a researcher. So PAF Inc. is here to help you. But at the end of the day, to our public viewers, no, food safety, yan ang aming mga future projects po, no, na food safety really starts at home. So whether pag nag-attend ka ng food safety seminar, you have to share it sa mga nagpe-prepare ng pagkain sa bahay nyo, magulang, kapatid, katulong, and even in fiesta, no, mga fiesta natin, di ba? Daming nire-report ng media, o yan, may outbreak. So that is really and personally, my advocacy, no, na magkaroon tayo ng advokasya na matutulungan ang bawat isa on the importance ng food safety at magsisimula to sa inyong mga tahanan. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat po, Ma'am. Sir Andrew.
Okay, maraming salamat po ulit, Sir Kiel, at sa Department of Agriculture, Department of Health, para po sa pag-imbita po sa amin para po makasali po dito sa inyong kapihan session. So kami po sa Department of Agriculture, patuloy din naman po kami nakabantay para po masigurado na ang ating mga kakainin ay ligtas. At kasama po namin ang Department of Health na inyong kapartner dito sa ating food safety awareness campaign. So, kapag maaari nyo po kaming kontakin, kami po ay mako-contact naman sa aming Facebook pages at sa website. And then, pwede naman din po kayong pumunta dito sa amin sa central office kung meron man po kayong mga katanungan o kung meron man po kayong concern on food safety. At yun po, maraming salamat po ulit on behalf po of Assistant Secretary Paz J. Benavides, the Assistant Secretary for Regulations ng Department of Agriculture, maraming salamat po. At happy Food Safety Awareness Week po sa lahat.
Maraming salamat po, Sir Andrew and Ma'am Montenola. Para po sa ating mga tagapakinig, lagi po nating aalalahanin na naririto ang kagawaran ng kalusugan hindi lamang para masigurong healthy ang bawat Pilipino, kundi sa patri na kaalaman upang maiwasan at iba't ibang uri ng mga sakit. Mula noon hanggang ngayon, ang kagawaran ng kalusugan ay nagpapasalamat sa aming mga media partners sa patuloy na pagiging katuwang sa pagpapalaganap ng impormasyong pangkalusugan. Muli, ako po si Kiel Molina mula sa Kagawaran ng Kalusugan at magkita-kita po tayo muli sa ating susunod na Kapihan with Media. Maraming salamat po at sama-sama tayo sa isang healthy Pilipinas kung saan bawat buhay ay mahalaga sa bagong Pilipinas.
Maraming salamat
Maraming
po.
salamat po.